Let's stay here. A few more breaths. And as we come into our breath, remember the exhale is the active breath. Just allow the inhale to happen all on its own. Keep the focus on the exhale. Let's stay here a little longer and really sink into our inner awareness. On your next inhale, bring the hands to heart center. 4 times, the mantra for Goddess Chinnamasta. She's the goddess and wisdom, goddess of transformation. Let's begin. Take a breath in. Om Shrim Hrim Hrim Om Pat Swaha. Om Shrim Hrim Hrim
Om Shri Ring Ring Hare Raha Raha
Om Shrim
Ring
Hrim
Ring
Hrim
Raha.
All together, Om. Take a breath in.
Om
Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And exhale, release the pose. Let's come into child's pose. And if you can, extend the arms in front and start opening up the shoulders, the neck. Feeling some of the release of tension through the hips. Stay here a little bit longer and just see how, with your breath and with time, you can lengthen the back, lower the hips down to the heels a little bit more. Perhaps feel a little release of tension through the neck. Coming out of the pose into Vajrasana, lift the head, lengthen the back a little bit more. Now inhale, slide the hands back, lifting the torso. We're sitting on our heels. Let's see if we can bring our knees together, thighs together. As we sit in Vajrasana, our heels are pointing out towards our buttocks. The big toes, one is overlapped over the other. Now that may not be there right now because of any issues with your ankles or knees, but no problem. Just put a little pad underneath the ankle or in between the knee and the thigh to help. Resting the hands lightly on the thighs. Let's lengthen the back. Now keep that chin neutral and back. You don't want the head to jut forward. So now we have a nice alignment between the top of the head, down the neck, the spine, through the pelvis, and then as the buttocks rest in between the two heels. Let's take those shoulders, roll them back, allowing the shoulder blades to gently fall down and inward towards the spine. Keeping in mind this alignment that we've just set up, let's do a spinal twist. Left hand to the right thigh, inhale the right arm up. Stay here, feel this alignment. Exhale, find a twist to the side, stay here, adjust your alignment. Exhale again, release the right hand down. You're in a spinal twist. Keep lengthening the spine. Don't compromise the twist with arching the back. Keep the rib cage in. Check if you started to engage the buttocks or find a little tension in the buttocks as you were doing your twist. If so, exhale and release, relax down into the seated position. Remember the belly stays soft, so even though we have some muscular contraction to engage in the twist, to the best of my ability, I'm still letting the belly be soft as I breathe. Counting down 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming out of the pose, inhale the right arm up behind you. Exhale, come back to center and release the hand down. Opposite side, right hand comes to the left thigh. Inhale the left arm up. Find your alignment here. Exhale, find the twist. Exhale again, release the left arm down, lengthen the spine as you find the twist. And let's hold here. Counting down 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming out of the pose, inhale the left arm up. Exhale, come back to center and release. Hands stay on the thighs, roll the shoulders back again, lengthen the spine, tuck in the rib cage. Simply moving the neck. Chin comes up, chin comes down. Let's begin. Inhale, lift the chin up, head falls back. And exhale, release. Chin comes to the chest. Continue, inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. more time. Inhale up. And exhale down. Chin is in neutral position, looking to the right side and the left side. Inhale in the center. Let's begin. Inhale in the center. Exhale, look to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. And exhale, left. Inhale back to center. Hold here. Find that breath again. You should visibly see the abdomen come in on the exhale and then release on the inhale. Coming into tabletop, go ahead, slide the hands forward. You may be on your wrists or elbows. Knees are hip width apart, elbows are shoulder width apart, or wrists, pardon. Cow and cat, let's begin. Inhale, looking up, then exhale down. Undulating the spine. Inhale up, and exhale. Remember, the shoulders don't move. We're moving the spine around it. Inhale up, and exhale. In the exhale, you initiate the movement with the abdomen contracting, feeling that movement of the pelvic tilt. The buttocks stays nice and loose, it's not engaged. Keep going. Do two more. We'll meet in neutral tabletop. Coming into a spinal twist here with thread the needle. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale, thread through. And hold here. Releasing the pose, inhale, come back to tabletop. Left side, inhale the left arm up. Exhale, thread through. Just let the body melt into the mat. Coming out of the pose, inhale, come back to a neutral tabletop and exhale to downward facing dog. Let's do the first downward facing dog with our feet as wide as the mat. And hold here. Counting down 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming out of the pose, exhale, gently bring the knees down, coming back to your neutral tabletop. Exhale to child's pose. Starting to feel the release of tension and the lengthening through the spine, just in the simple movements we just did. Let's hold here. Inhale back to tabletop. Coming into plank, right foot first, extend it behind you, flex the toes, the ankles, and place it on the mat. Square the hips, release the left leg, same thing, and we're in our plank. Let's hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming out of the pose, exhale, gently bring the knees down. Now from here, coming to knees, chest, chin. Again, remember that may mean that you need to slide your hands a little bit forward, or your knees back, and come into knees, chest, chin. Ideally, the hands are in line with the shoulders, but that's not always possible. You can see as I'm doing it on my forearms that my elbows are way in front of my shoulders. And that's just the configuration of my spine. This is what I can do. Let's hold here. All right. Think about how you want to do this. We're going to come back to plank. So you may need to slide your hands underneath your shoulders for leverage. So go ahead, get into position, and then inhale, come up to plank. Hold, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way down, getting ready for cobra, and inhale up to cobra. Now perhaps we want to start cobra with our feet as wide as the mat. It frees up some of the tension over the hips and the lower back. It's a nice way to warm up. Let's hold here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keeping your feet as wide as the mat, curl the toes under, and let's see if we can inhale straight to a plank. Hold here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release down. Bring the feet a little closer together and inhale up to cobra. Hold. Now for those of you who are doing the cobra on your hands, you may find that you get fatigued in the wrists, shoulders, arms. So simply release the hands and let them hover over the mat and bring the focus to shine in the heart. Bring the pelvis into the mat and do it without your hands. Holding here for 8, 7, 6. Going too fast, aren't I? Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lifting up into plank, curl the toes under first. In position, inhale up to plank. Short count, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale to downward facing dog. Hold. Counting down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, gently come down to tabletop. Coming into plank again. First one leg extended, then the other. Hold your plank. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hold, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale to tabletop. Come into position for knees, chest, chin. Exhale into knees, chest, chin. Hold. If you need to move your hands back in order to come up to neutral tabletop, bring your hands into position and inhale back to neutral tabletop. Cow and cat, inhale, look up, and exhale down. Undulating the spine once more. Inhale up, and exhale. It's really work on finding more movement within the spine. Keep going. The more movement you have in the spine, we can release the tension, and you'll find improvement in your knees, chest, chin move. One more time. We'll meet in tabletop. So we're all in tabletop again. Adjust your position to exhale into knees, chest, chin. Exhale, come all the way down. And inhale up to cobra. This time, let's do our best to have our heels pointing up towards the ceiling. Hips are squared. Holding here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Curl the toes under. Let's see if we can power right up to a plank. And inhale, come up to plank. Exhale, release all the way back down. Same thing. Inhale up to cobra. Curl the toes under. And inhale to plank. Exhale, come all the way down. Releasing the toes, releasing the head down to the mat. Inhale up to cobra. Curl the toes under. Inhale up to plank. Exhale, come all the way down. Release the head, release the toes. Inhale up to cobra. Curl the toes under. Inhale up to plank. Last one. Exhale, come all the way down. Inhale up to cobra. Curl the toes under. Inhale up to plank and hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, downward facing dog. And hold. Counting down 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, gently come down to neutral tabletop. Release the toes and exhale to child's pose. Making our way to pigeon pose. Inhale up to neutral tabletop. Inhale, bring the left knee forward, extend the right leg behind you, and come into pigeon pose. If you can, hands are in line with your knee. Shine the heart, square the hips. Ideally, this left foot is actually 90-degree angles with my knee, with your knee. Now that's not possible for me. So what I'm concentrating on is closing my hip points and making sure that they are squared, both looking down at the mat. Now, if you're having some problems lifting the torso like I do, partly it's the curvature of my spine, but also I need to release tension here in front. So these hip flexors, the abdominal muscles that we just worked, we need now to relax them and let them lengthen so we can lift the torso up. So these hip flexors get tight, especially if we sit down in chairs a lot. Exhale, let's come down to our forearms. So now the back is relaxed, and if you can, release the head down to the mat, extend the arms. So in this position, we're lengthening the back, which means my abdominal muscles are slightly contracting. It may not feel like it, but they are actually shortening just a little bit. So now let's inhale and come back to our forearms, lift the head up, and just introduce a little shortening in the back, and a little more lengthening through the front line, the abs. And now let's bring our hands back towards our knees, lift the torso, and see if we can shine the heart a little bit more. So now I'm shortening the back muscles, lengthening through the front. Releasing the pose, go ahead and bring your weight all the way to the left buttocks so that you can free up that back leg behind you. And then just swoop that back leg to the side, to the front, and cross the right leg over the left. Now my right foot is on the side of my left knee. I'm getting all set for a nice spinal twist here. Left knee is pointing up. If you can, take the left hand, hug that knee and thigh towards the torso. And then take the right arm, inhale it up. Exhale, find the twist to the right, lengthen the spine. And exhale, release the hand behind you. Try and relax that right hip down. I'm always doing little minute adjustments because all of our bodies, they compensate unconsciously to achieve a certain pose. So for me, I started to round my back and lean backwards. So I said, uh-oh, I need to lengthen my spine, sit up straight, and bring my shoulders back in line. Because we want to have a balanced lengthening and strengthening of the muscles. And if we lose some of that alignment or focus on the alignment, then we're just compensating the wrong muscles and the wrong movement. So I'd rather have less of a twist, but proper alignment than more of a twist and be out of alignment. So something for you to always review as you're going through your yoga practice. Let's release the pose. Inhale the right arm up behind you. Exhale, release the twist, release the right hand down. Let's come into Gomukhasana or cow face pose. So this right knee that is up in the air, to the best of my ability, I'm going to lower it and see if I can stack it on top of the left knee that's on the ground. So sometimes I have to lift my butt up, kind of get in position and then sit down. I'm just hanging onto my feet here. I look down, both feet are in the same plane. On the right side and the left side, I can feel my seat bones on the mat. Lengthen the spine, draw the shoulders back, head is in neutral position. Let's just hold here. There is an arm position, but we're just gonna stay here for now. If this proves challenging, every time you exhale, bring focus to the muscles of the joints that feel tight and think release, let go, surrender, sink into the mat. Counting down 4, 3, 2, and 1. To release the pose, we're going to come right back into pigeon with the right leg extended behind us. So release the right leg extended in front. And now let's bring it to the side. So you see there's a lot of movement in the hip joint, and then come back into your pigeon on your forearms. From here, release the forehead down to the mat, extend the arms forward. And one last time, let's bring the hands in line with the knees, so lift the head, slide the hands back, lift the torso. Coming into a plank, curl the toes under of the right foot. Inhale, lift the torso up, extend the left leg behind you, and you're back in the plank. Let's hold here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming into tabletop. Exhale, release the knees gently down. Neutral tabletop. Exhale, sit back into child's pose. If you're feeling some tension in the shoulders, you can always release your hands behind you so that your hands are palms up next to your feet. Continuing on, inhale back to tabletop. Coming on the opposite side of the pigeon. Bring the right knee in between your hands and extend the left leg behind you. Coming into our pigeon. If we can, slide the hands back. So you'll see with me on this side, if I keep my hips square, my right hip is not on the ground. If I want to bring it to the ground, I'm no longer square. So what I could do is put a rolled up blanket here to support this hip so that I can keep my hip points square. So shining the heart. Try and release the tension through the front of the body. As you shine the heart, shortening the muscles in the back. Release tension in the front. Big breaths. Exhale, let's come down to our forearms. Hold here. So since I am tighter in the right hip, with every exhale I take, I'm really bringing my focus to that right hip and thinking, relax, let go, surrender, lengthen. Exhale again, bringing the head down to the mat, extending the arms. Inhale, let's come back to our forearms, lifting the head slightly. And now slide the hands back. They're in line with the knee, if you can. Lifting the torso, shining the heart. Releasing by sliding onto our right hip, and then take that back leg, slide it to the side, to the front, cross over, bringing the right foot to the side of the left foot side of the right knee. Square the hips, try and sit on both hip bones, both seat bones. If you can, go ahead and hug that right knee. We're getting ready for a spinal twist. Inhale the left arm up. Exhale, find your twist. Exhale again, release the left hand down. Lengthen the back. Shoulders are in the same plane. Look out through the corner of the left eye. Hold here. Relax your hips so that you can get a nice twist. If you're holding tension in the hips, that means you're holding tension in the hip flexors, which means you're holding yourself back from getting the full twist that you can. So keep relaxing through the lower body as you find the twist. Counting down 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming out of the pose, inhale the left arm up. Exhale, release to center. And release the left arm down. Now let's see if we can come into cow face pose or Gomukhasana here. Take that left knee. Try and stack it up on top of the right knee. And then ideally, this left foot should come back right next to my right hip. That's not possible for me. So I'm going to concentrate on squaring the hips, lengthening the spine, drawing my shoulders back. Let's hold here. And releasing the pose, take that left foot, let's swing it to the front, to the side, extending the left leg behind us once more and coming into pigeon pose. Hands are in line, if we can, with the knee, shine the heart. Coming into plank, curl the toe under of the left leg. And then inhale, lift the body up, come back into plank. Hold here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, gently bring the knees down and continue on to child's pose. Coming out of the pose into Vajrasana, lift the head, lengthen the back. Inhale, slide the hands back. And now we're sitting on our heels, lengthen the back. Rib cage in. Gently rest the hands on top of the thighs. Exhale, release the pose. Let's come onto our back, supine position for a nice final twist. Arms are extended out to the sides, palms up. Let's use a pelvic tilt all together to bring the knees over the hips. Take a breath in. Exhale, contract, tilt, and then the knees just float up over the hips. From here, exhale, let the knees fall to the right. You look to the left. Let's hold here for 2 minutes. Coming out of the pose and shifting to the other side. All together, let's take a breath in. Exhale, contract the abs, tilt the hips, float the knees to the center, and continue on to the other side. Again, holding here for 2 minutes. Coming out of the pose, all together, take a breath in. Exhale, contract, tilt, knees come to center, knees to chest, hands now come to the knees, bring them closer to the chest. Relax the shoulders down, relax the hips, let's lengthen the spine. Head is in neutral position. So I think I've got Emma and Sarah with us. Are you both comfortable with the plow pose? There's no issues with the neck or the shoulders?
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you. Emma, are you okay with that?
Sorry, what pose was it you said? I had headphones on.
The plow pose, where you're laying on the mat and you bring your feet behind your head.
We can give it a try.
Well, wait a second. Sarah, go ahead. You come into plow pose because you're comfortable with it. So Emma, the question is, I think you've done it before, right?
Okay, I don't know. I don't remember this one.
Okay, I'm going to show it. I'm going to show you, but don't do it until I talk to you, okay? Because I don't want you to hurt your neck or your shoulders, especially before you fly out.
I can see Sarah doing it, so.
Okay, is that something that you've done before and you're comfortable with?
Okay, yeah, I'll try. Yeah.
Okay. If not, just keep your feet straight up in the air. That's the same thing. It's good.
Okay.
All right. Tuck the chin and do not move the neck.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm trying not to kick the computer over.
Yes. Good. You can bend your knees until your feet touch if you want. Just don't compromise the neck in any way. Good. We're going to hold it. Slow count. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very slowly, gently roll out. Bend the knees, bring the knees over the hips, and you're going to come right into a nice spinal twist on your own. Nice. All right, so meeting in the spinal twist. What's important whenever you do an inversion like this is that once your neck is down on the mat and you're looking straight up, do not move the neck from side to side. All right, so let's meet in the spinal twist, letting the knees come to the right. You look to the left. Nice control, Sarah. I can't see you, Emma, but I'm sure it was beautifully controlled also. So a nice counter pose to any kind of an inversion like you just did is to do a spinal twist. Let's stay here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All together, coming to the other side, take a breath in. As you exhale, contract the abs, tilt the hips, and the knees just float to the center, and then on to the other side. And then stay there on the left. Counting down 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to center, take a breath in. Exhale, contract, tilt. Knees float to the center. And now keeping the knees bent, exhale and simply bring the feet flat on the mat behind your buttocks. Let's come into our Savasana all together, using a pelvic tilt to lengthen the spine before we extend the legs. So, take a breath in. Exhale, contract, tilt. Now slightly lift the hips off the mat. Find a little more engagement at that pelvic tilt, which means I'm lengthening the spine, and then gently bring the hips back down to the mat. One leg at a time. Take the right leg, lift up the foot, extend the leg down the mat, coming out from the hip. Feel like you're stretching out from the hip, and then gently bring the leg down. So the same thing with the left leg, lifting the left foot off, extending the leg, stretching out through the hip, and release. Both arms, inhale them up off the mat, bring them up towards the sky. Take the shoulders and extend the arms out through the shoulders, and then very gently turn the palms up and release the hands to the mat on either side of your hip. As you exhale, lift the head, tucking the chin. As you exhale again, very slowly, keep the chin tucked as you bring the head down to the mat, untucking the chin as you go, and release. We're in Savasana, let's stay here. In Savasana, our last pose of the day, let's try our best to keep our focus and stay here in our practice. Stay right here, keeping your focus and concentration going inward. Just enjoying an exploration of your own psyche and your own breath. And let's come out of our Savasana with mindfulness and awareness. Let's bring movement back to the toes, fingers, wrists, and ankles. Bending the knees, bending the elbows, lifting the shoulders up, perhaps swaying from side to side a little bit. Just enjoying the feeling of this nice, easy movement. And on your next exhale, let's roll to the right-hand side, and then I'll meet in a nice seated position. So I have to end the class a little early today because I have to see to one of the horses. So my apologies for that, but thank you for joining, everybody. So we're in a nice seated position. Inhale, hands to heart center. Sharing the pranava one time. Take a breath in. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Exhale, bowing down to the teacher within. And inhale, come up. Eyes are open. We're in full awareness. Namaste. Thank you very much, ladies. Have a wonderful weekend. See you next week.
Thanks, Corinne.
Yep.
Hey, I may not see you over the next few weeks because It's going to be dark and 7 a.m. in Colorado.
I know. Listen, have a wonderful, wonderful trip. Stay safe, say hello to the girls, and really enjoy the time.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. But thank you. So keep sending me the links because you never know. I know Juno gets up at